Okay. All right, can y'all hear me all right? All right, can y'all hear me all right? Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, so y'all can hear good, good. I wish I could increase the size of the screen, but it's not giving me that option yet. But we've got it all set up, so we're going to brace ourselves for whatever comes here. Okay, so like I said, I'm kind of new to this. I'm kind of new to this whole streaming my screen thing. I tested it last night. It seemed to work okay. So we're gonna try again today. Just a little bit of an echo. Yeah, I turned off the echo. But all right, all right. So okay, so just looking at this screen. Oh wait, what's up? Whoa, what? What? Tempest? Hold on. Let's increase the screen. Dude. This does not look samurai. This looks Viking. Wait, are we getting a Viking hero? No, they're not going to release a new hero this season. It's next season. But whoa, look at that. Dude. Okay. All right, so let's talk about what I'm looking at right here. First of all, I'm going to say this is very ill time after that hurricane that hit Louisiana. What is it about For Honor and releasing very inopportune things? What is it? What is it about? Hold on, let me fix something real quick. Before I go any further. Make sure y'all can hear me okay. Can y'all hear me okay too? Like making sure that you can hear me as well. Because if you can't hear me, there's not a lot of point. Let me know if you cannot hear me. But yeah, so right after coronavirus becomes a thing, we get the warmonger and her corruption feat. So yeah, and then right after a hurricane, we get Tempest. This For Honor and its ill-timed seasonal themes. But no, I like this. I like the Tempest idea. So we just had this awful drought. And right after the drought, now we're having endless storms, it looks like. It looks really sick. And it looks like it's going to be very themed around the Vikings, which fits because, you know, Tempest and Vikings, you know, that's kind of cool. And I like the name Tempest. It's not as simple as storm or hurricane. It's Tempest, which is a great phrasing, great word. I like the Centurion's Gladius to the side there. That's a cool design. I wonder if that's what we'll be getting, like, new weapon looks. Female Berserker up there looking just awesome. Love the look. And I also really like the music. The music theme that they're using. This is kind of cool. And if you listen really closely, you can hear Viking throat singing. It's sick. But yeah, this looks awesome. Whenever people say that they don't care about For Honor, I always say, what do you assume they mean? Because here, look at all the detail and care that went into this just opening, this bit right here. It looks awesome. It looks really cool, I'm not gonna lie. Glad to see the Vikings getting some love again. People get this idea that I hate the Vikings. I really don't, actually. If anything, I feel bad that the Vikings and the Wulin get shafted so often. Because the Knights have the drip aesthetic. They just look so awesome. And the Samurai have just been getting so many kick-ass updates and heroes lately. Like, genuinely, I do think the Samurai are the most OP faction right now. I mean, you got Kensei, who's probably the strongest Vanguard. You got Shugoki and Hitakiri, two of the strongest heavies. You got a reworked Oromusha, who's a pain to deal with. You got Nobushi, who is a monster of a hybrid now. You've got Orochi, who still falls back on that light spam bullshit. And you've got Kyoshin now, who people are still struggling to get the hang of. The only one on the Samurai team who's actually weak by comparison is Shinobi. And they're planning on fixing that. Like, the Samurai just seem to have all the best. Oh, wait, what's this? $5 from Dr. Calibrations. Won't be able to chat at work, but I'll toss a coin to my Raven. Thank you, Dr. Calibrations. This Raven appreciates it. Thank you so much. So you're thinking that the theme is alluding to the new hero being a Viking. I don't know if that's true, only because I don't think we're getting a new hero this season. I think we're waiting till the next season, the 4th season of the year. I think that we're just gonna get some cool event modes and cosmetics this season, and then the following season we will get a new hero. And I'm pretty sure it'll be another samurai hero. I can't imagine why they would give us a samurai and then a Viking in one year. I would think they would keep to the theme of 2 heroes per faction, but hey, I don't know. Maybe they will. I don't know. But hey, if they give us a Viking hero 4th season, I will not complain. I'll just be surprised. Now, since they did all that map changing with the drought and all that, I wonder what they're going to do with this hurricane or tempest coming through. I'm very curious. It's going to be cool. I hope we get a return of the Jormungandr game mode. Please, let the Jormungandr game mode come back. That would be awesome. Wrath of the Jormungandr, I want that back. What's the Lark doing? My brother is currently at work. He's a school teacher. He succeeded where I could not. Yeah, here's the thing. The Vikings, like I said, the Samurai have the most OP heroes right now. People like to joke. The Knights have all the bashers because I think the only Knight hero who does not bash is Peacekeeper. The Vikings have all the ledgers because somehow Vikings just have that gift. But I would disagree with that. I think the Vikings are hyper armor champions because Raider has hyper armor, Warlord has hyper armor, Highlander has hyper armor, Jormungandr has hyper armor, Berserker has hyper armor. I think Berserker is the only assassin with hyper armor. I think. I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on it. Shaman doesn't. I know Shaman doesn't have hyper armor. Valkyrie doesn't either. So Valkyrie and Shaman, I think, are the only 2 Vikings without hyper armor. But everyone else does. So I feel like the Vikings need a little bit more than just trading blow capabilities, which is ironic. You'd think the Knights would be the ones with the hyper armor, since they're the ones with all the good armor. You know, it's a little backwards. You have a theory that Year 5 Season 1 was all about the Knights, Year 5 Season 2 was the Samurai, Year 5 Season 3 was all about the Viking, and Year 5 Season 4 will be all about the Wulin. So you think that the 4th season of this year will have a Wulin hero? That's an interesting take. What was Season 1 about again? Season 1 was, God, I don't remember. Season 1 was the banquet, the Chimera banquet. So yeah, I guess you could argue that was about the Knights. Because it was focusing on Horkos and Chimera. Okay. Season 2 was about the drought. So that was more samurai focused. Season 3 looks like it's going to be more about the Vikings. So yeah, I guess that does follow. Maybe Season 4 will have a more Wulin theme. I'd like that. Samurai has the strongest feats. Smoke Bomb is a strong feat, but Kensei's unblockable 4th feat is still a pain in the ass. Shugoki's 4th feat is a pain in the ass. Hitakiri's 4th feat and 1st feat are both pains in the ass. So, yeah, I'm just gonna... And then both Shinobi and Orochi have those nail bombs, so... Just saying. Season 1 of Year 5 was the Chimera and Horkos... That was the Horkos Masquerade and the Chimera Banquet. You know, it was those parties that the two groups were holding to recruit members of their teams. I remember that now. And it was kind of night-themed because they were in their castles and stuff, you know. Say, which hero do you struggle in fighting against? Oh, God. It's not that I struggle against any one hero. It's that I struggle against Kensei's most of the time. But it's the level of player that I'm up against, really. Oh, here we go. Here we go, guys. Okay, so I'm going to be quiet and watch. Okay. Yeah, they're just showing the hero trailers now. God, this really brings me back, because these trailers are so old, but I love them. I love these trailers. Oh, well, Kyoshin's not old. There you go. Tempest reveal. Warriors Den live stream from home. When is it not going to be from home? Get over yourselves, guys. Let's let this COVID thing end already. All right, here we go. Josh, how are you doing today?
I'm cold, bro. It's rainy and wet.
That's why we have the tent. Come inside, everyone. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got Tempest. We've got Storm Tides. We've got a very short testing ground segment upcoming. A short testing ground? Oh, so we're going into the testing ground segment? Sweet. Right into it. We'll first talk about the Red Referral Program. So between July 22nd and September 22nd, you have an opportunity to receive rare rewards by inviting your friends to play with you. To refer, just log on to that website, referral.ubisoft.com/for-honor. Choose the friends you want to invite from the list on the right-hand side and select invite. Okay. Rewards are going to automatically be added to your game inventory within 24 hours of the reward level being met. And this goes until September 22nd again, so you have some time. Okay. Now, I don't really bother with that kind of stuff. Oh, hold on, I'll turn up the volume.
So, for anyone who was watching and wants to have drops on the stream, just make sure that your Twitch account and your Ubisoft account are linked so you can receive your rewards.
Can y'all hear it?
See here, per 30 minutes, you can receive 1 scavenger crate. Make sure you go ahead and redeem that, all of that good stuff. And also, for every 10 minutes of additional accumulated time, you have the chance to win 100,000 steel. Matt, how much steel do you have?
Like 1 million, because I just give it to myself when we record videos, so we can get the stuff we need. Should I say that?
It's funny you say that, because as soon as I asked you that, I was just like, I have a crap ton too, because
we just do
well,
okay.
You can be like us and be breaded up like a chicken tender. Haven't said that in a while, and go ahead and win that steel. So keep an eye out for your notifications. We're excited to do this.
All this obligatory stuff I really don't care about.
Thank you, Josh, for explaining Twitch drops and how much steel we have. We will be joined now by Clarissa to talk about Dominion series. Whoosh! We're back.
Clarissa, one of the only people here that I actually
Stage 2
respect.
Major that happened just on August 28th there. So, Clarissa, what can you tell us about what happened?
Yeah, it was this previous weekend. We have our results. So here's the EU winners. Congratulations to Nemesis Esports for getting first.
Did anyone follow the Dominion series? I didn't follow it.
We also have...
Like, I'm glad that they're doing a Dominion series. I'm glad that they're doing tournaments with this. I just didn't follow it.
It was really fun.
I ain't got that kind of time.
Lots of differences compared to stage 1.
I respect Clarissa because I get the feeling she actually really cares about the game and where it's going. Whenever she talks about the game, she always seems very invested in it, always invested in what she's doing and what the game is trying to become. I
in
never
addition
got
to
this.
including, like,
With some of the
commercial
others, I
stuff,
always feel like they're
so
just
there's
doing
other
it for a
teams.
paycheck. With her, I feel like she
Even the
really
Grand
believes in this game.
Finals,
Like, to give you an example,
monkey
look at what
business
she's
up
wearing
one,
versus
but
the
then
other
there's
two.
disconnect,
She's the
and
only one
both
wearing
teams
an
agree
actual
to
Horkos
restart
shirt.
the first match.
Like, I
So
think she really
big,
cares about this game.
Thank you and shout out to
So,
Monkey
yeah.
Business for their sportsmanship, because that's the grand finals. Whoa, woo. So that's that. So for the NA side, we had the Team Killing Service also displaying their big dominance this time around. What's really cool was that they beat Guidance Gaming in their winners final, but in stage 1.
Oh, cool. Get to watch some of that
Guidance
Dominion
Gaming
match? Okay, let's see.
beat
Whoa.
them. So, swoop. Those two teams, they do have unfinished business. It's been really interesting to see what happens
That's on
in
who's getting
stage
creamed.
three.
Shugoki's
For
backing
both
at it. You could have
sides, even
taken him,
NA,
Shugoki. Come
really
on.
anything
Yeah,
can
see, now
happen,
you know she's dead because
even
you
with the
didn't
meta,
help.
because
Now he's gonna come
stage
kick your
one, he had
butt
no
because
longer,
you didn't do right.
prevalent
How
this
dare
time
you?
around.
How
And
dare you?
Shugoki, like, we had almost the Shugoki.
That Shugoki keeps running away from the fight. What's he doing?
Hey.
Lots of John Who's as well.
Oh, yes,
Couldn't help
yes.
but remark. Yeah.
Couldn't help with that. But we also want to give a special MVP award to Bucko on the NA side.
Ooh, that Warlord, that Warlord wasn't bad. The funny thing is, Warlord's just a turtle. That's all they are. I love when people argue with me. They're like, he's not a turtle. He's aggressive. He's a harasser. Read his thing. And I'm like, name me a playstyle with Warlord that is not light spamming.
Awesome performance.
That involves being a harasser. His whole game plan is just to turtle up.
Stage 3 coming up. It's starting on October 9th, but registrations are open now at battlefly.com/Dominion Series.
Battlefly.com/Dominion Series. You know what? I may do that sometime. I may do that sometime.
Players in the major, well, now
I'll do terrible, but sure.
To join these qualifiers. I know you won't, but you should anyway.
Wow. We're in the
Like, I see all these people talking, but I really don't see their names ever.
No, there's nothing wrong, man. I mean, there's nothing wrong with enjoying Warlord as a
be very
defender.
happy.
You know, defend
Learn
with
that
him all
prize
you
money
want.
if
That's
it's
not
so.
wrong. Just
Yeah,
don't lie to me and say he's a
like,
harasser. He's not a
join
turtle.
this
He's
dojo
totally a
where
turtle.
even all these
And if that's the
people
way you
play
want to play him, you go right ahead and play him that way. But be
They are
aware,
coaches.
he
They
is a
help
turtle.
you get tips, get good dodge, all the things that you want in life. In Morocco.
Absolutely.
The
No, and in
Discord
life, yeah.
No, and in
Dojo.
life. And so just join, because everything will gear up to stage 4, which is the championship finals, which will happen in February. So it's not the end. You still have time. Join up, and we'll see you on the battlefield.
We will. And a quick reminder for the next major. When you were watching the last major, you could watch on the For Honor stream. And
Okay, I
the Ubisoft
appreciate
stream,
the time and
earn
energy you
those
put into
rewards a
Dominion
little bit
series.
faster.
Really, I do.
And
But
we heard you guys.
that's not what we're here
say,
for.
Hey, that doesn't. Some people didn't know they could do that, and some people did, so it created an imbalance there. So we've heard you. It's going to be.
Wait, they created an imbalance.
watch one
Someone call
stream,
Thanos. We need to
rewards
fix
the
this
proper
shit.
Rate. It's going to be normal next time.
How do I
thank
feel
you,
about
everyone who
Centurion?
told us
I
that
love
in
Centurion.
chat.
He's
We
awesome.
appreciate it.
He's in a great place right now.
So thank you so much.
He does
Clarissa,
not
for
need a
coming
rework.
on
I think
and
he's
telling
fine.
us about Dominion series For Honor and Life. We will be right back with the Tempest story trailer.
Okay, yes. Yay. Oh, okay.
Endured. We have suffered, yet our resolve has not faltered. Now the gods have spoken, tearing the skies. They want to remind us of our rage to live, of our will to conquer, of our dauntless hearts pounding louder. We are the tears of blood, flowing in a raging sea. But let us not pray the gods for mercy. Let them watch us. Let them hear us. Let them bear witness to us as we harness the storm and embrace their fury.
Okay, I could barely understand any of what was being said because of the thick accent and the loud background effects. I will re-listen to this later once it goes live, and I will have a reaction to that
It
trailer.
was a dark and stormy
But
trailer.
that is cool.
That was amazing.
That
We
looks
are back
awesome. Very
with
Viking
3,
based.
in my opinion,
Very
stars.
Centurion versus
Scream,
Berserker. I
Nico,
love that. I
Elise,
loved what
and
I saw there. All right, now tell me the story.
Thanks for joining us.
I
today.
wanna. Oh, Elise, what did you do to
Hello.
yourself? Oh my lord!
We
You
have
look
a lot
like a
to get
little
through. There's
boy
a lot of topics to talk
with-
about
with big
Tempest.
dimples.
So, Nico, what can you tell us about the season?
All right, here we go.
Well, Heathmoor is still very much exposed to Mother Nature's wrath this season, and after the drought, the wildfires, in Season 3, Heathmoor will see heavy rains and flooding alter its environment. So
Okay.
Tempest is central to this season. That's going to be our main theme that will show in our platform utilization, that will show in our Battle Pass rewards. We will also launch this season with a new event called Stormtide, and during that event, starting at September 9th, and for 3 weeks, you'll be able to play and loot a bunch of new rewards and weapons. And
Okay.
while I'm talking about events, I want to talk a little bit about what's coming in the future. We all know Season 3 is Halloween season, and while I don't want to spoil the surprise, we have something super special. This
Oh
year
yeah,
for
it's Halloween
super
season.
different from
Okay,
what we've
cool. I
done
wonder what
in
you're
the
gonna do for
past few
Halloween.
years.
That's gonna be awesome. I
Stay
can't
tuned
wait.
for more info on this in the upcoming months. Back to season launch now. We have a lot of gameplay updates coming. We have characters from the last testing ground that are coming, Shugoki, Orochi, and Raider. We have fixes to option selects and also dodge fixes that will make the overall combat much more reliable. We have a new testing ground coming early this season. Stay tuned for the date. This one is going to go live much earlier than usual. And it will be about Dominion, rebalancing some renowned games, trying to improve some of the rules around the game mode, and also Shinobi is going to be coming back as given the feedback we got from the past testing round, we wanted to have a second go at updating our Shinobi character.
Okay, so Shinobi's not coming out yet. We're going to give him more time. All right, fair enough.
I think that's
Shinobi's change was a little extreme,
I
but
think I
I
forgot.
can understand him taking some more time.
One more time.
I think I forgot something very important. You've been asking for unique executions in the past.
What?
And I'm happy to announce that Tempest season will have 29 new
Yes!
executions.
Oh my god!
One for
Yes!
each character.
Yes!
Super excited.
Woo! Yes! They're bringing back unique executions! Oh my god! Yes! Thank you!
Thank you, Nico. That's awesome news.
Yes! Oh my god!
Executions.
Yes!
For the narrative.
Yes!
What
Praise
can you tell us about the
Jesus!
sort of general-
Yes!
This year,
Yes!
this is the year of the Covenant.
Oh!
We have
Oh!
Chimera fighting each other.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then
Oh, yes, thank you. Yes, okay, alright, I'm
In
good.
season 2, throughout the drought, a massive drought that struck every place in Heathmoor, and various warriors, they tried to react to that, to pray the gods for the rain to come back.
Okay.
The Kyoshin even arrived and tried to restore nature's balance through their actions, and now we have an answer from the gods, and it's coming from the Vikings.
What?
So basically,
Wait,
we
what?
had the warriors in the shadows trying to make sacrifices, very gruesome sacrifices at times, and other times they were more worshipping nature, trying to really appease the gods.
Right.
And now we have that massive tempest striking Heathmoor. So,
Okay, I'm sorry. Normally I would let this play out, but I need to address this. This is a big thing. Okay. What she said was, when the drought hit, the Kyoshin needed to restore balance. But it's the Vikings' prayers that got heard? That's confusing. Moving
there's
on.
those cool authors that we see here and there, and more with Andrew right after. But we've also been very much inspired by Norse mythology for this season. So I was mentioning gods.
Oh!
We have two of them, here and
Whoa!
there,
Look at those mask
especially in
outfits.
those really, really cool mood effects.
Wow.
We have two versions.
That is detail.
So
That's
one is,
that's
Ran,
really
the other
good.
is Aegir. It's a couple of deities in Norse mythology, and they are the embodiment of the seas and the
Is that
tides and,
Hitakiri's? Oh my!
there are so many cool stories about them. No very specific visual representation of them, though. So that's why we took a lot of liberties, inspired by the other sea creatures and things like that, and to depict them
Okay.
in the game.
Okay.
And yeah, one cool story is, for example, is like they are almost like the guardians of the underwater Valhalla for people who have drowned at sea, for example. So that's one of the cool myths that's around those two gods. So this season,
Okay.
many things will be pouring and like drenching players with like cool executions as we just saw right before. And yeah, I can't wait to see how the players will react to all of that.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Viking prayers worked, which is good for them. So regardless of
Okay, so but
wins the
doesn't that
faction war,
mean
that's
that the
W
Viking
Vikings
mythology
survive.
is the true mythology now?
So that's all really cool background. Andrew,
We'll talk about this in a later video. I'll make a whole dedicated
itself
video to
and-
this
and
topic.
map
We'll come back to it. Okay.
What can you tell us?
Well, as you noticed by now, we're focusing on the Viking in this season. I mean, Viking had a belief in deity of the sea.
Oh,
which was
look at
introduced
that. That's
by
gorgeous.
Their
I
legend
love it. Look at
believed they had
that.
to make
Yeah.
offerings. For one side, they meant respecting the nature, but for some people, they believed that offering.
Whoa. So, okay, guys, build your arcs now because the floods are coming.
Difficult to make the good decisions. And this is going to be showcasing in one of the map. And we worked on the 3 maps this time.
Ooh,
which is the shard. as you
look at
can
the
see it
shard.
right
Oh
now,
my
and the
word.
gauntlet and the harbor.
Now, that's not just a little flood. I was joking about the arc thing, but
Vista is something that we kind of
maybe we do need an arc.
And Gauntlet is where we see quite drastic changes to support the narrative scenes. The player will find the interesting changes of the.
Wait, what? What is that? What is? Oh my god!
Every the points, so it will be pretty interesting for you guys to find out. And of course, all the vistas are going to be changed around it.
Whoa! Oh my lord! And the harbor. Oh, the harbor probably got wrecked.
It's the reminder of the horrible decisions that were made for people's belief. And the map team and the VFX team worked extremely hard for players to have a
fight like you're the third. When you're going on to For Honor now, fight like you're the third monkey getting onto Noah's Ark, and brother, it's starting to rain.
I might not say enough, but many thanks to the team for consistent effort and non-stop challenges. And I must say, this is the only start. We cannot wait to show more throughout this season.
Yeah, thank you to the team. It looks super dramatic to see all those.
That looks really cool. I actually like the
awesome
rain and flood aesthetic. It looks
Nico,
awe-inspiring. It looks terrifying. I love it. It looks awesome.
We
Thank
are
you.
going to come back with Andrew for the battle pass, but in the meantime, in between time, we have a lot of unique executions for Tempest to show you.
Okay, so we get to watch the executions. Yay! All right, I'm so excited. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right, here we go. New content available September 9th. Okay, this comes out September 9th. Mark it on your calendars, boys. All right, here we go. I'm watching. Cut his hands. I like that. Yeah! Okay, that was pretty good. Next, Peacekeeper. Holy! Yes, I like that one too. Okay, cool, cool. I won't give them grades yet. I really need to study them. That's perfect. Oh my gosh. Conk, alright. Did he just judo throw? Damn, son. Okay. Punch. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Oh! Yes, 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 yes. Oh, that was awesome. Okay, next one, next one, next one. I gotta see. Keep them rolling. Scent. Ooh! That was a little unnecessary, but okay. Yeah! Oh, every one of the... Blackbriar. Nice! Oh my gosh. What the... Oh, yeah! Way to go. I like war mommies. Yeah! Oh my gosh, that looks great! All the knights are awesome. Okay, Raider. I love it. I love that. Oh, it wasn't... Yeah! Okay, Berserker. Ow! Oh! What the? Oh! Yes, I love it. Just stab right in there. Valk? Okay, okay. I like that. That's good. Highlander. Wait, what? Hope! Good lord! Okay, Shaman, Shaman. Okay, still kind of cool, but not my favorite. Damn, son! Kensei. Yes! I like that. That's stylish. Orochi. Good punch. Kick down. Thank you, I love it. Shugo. Yes! That's proper Kanabo technique! Thank you! Yes, that's perfect! Oh, that was gorgeous. Nobushi. Favorite Nobushi one right there. That was beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. Shinobi. Oh, nice. Gorgeous. I love it. Next. The fun just doesn't stop with you people. Hitakiri. Oh! Damn! Alright. Kyoshin. Yes! Oh my god! Yes! Oh, Tion D! That was so stylish. Nutsia. Yes! Oh, baby! Okay. Zhongjun. Damn. And Shaolin. It's on who? Okay, not nearly as cool, but still awesome. Oh my god. That was incredible. I cannot wait for these to come out. I will be grading each and every one of them. They were amazing. They were amazing. Guys, these are what we were waiting for. These outfits are fine, whatever, I don't care. Those executions were outstanding. It's everything we wanted. It's everything I wanted out of them. Very few disappointed me. In fact, I don't think one of them disappointed me. I think that they were all very well done. That was phenomenal. That was so good. Thank you. Thank you, Ubisoft. Okay, so this is the new effect. It looks good. It looks good. Very much what I'd expect from a Tempest season. Okay. Very cool. Wonder how it will look in an execution. Show me the execution effect. Oh, we don't get that? Okay. You attack the enemy crab! So you get turned into a crab, but you can only answer questions in vague sentences. Perhaps. Wow. The new weapon designs looked kind of worn, like water worn.
If you look up here, you're going to see some unique executions and some event weapons raining, all during the season of Tempest. But Andrew, we'd like to go to you to talk about what's on the radar now with the Battle Pass. So what can you tell us?
Okay, so wow, Jormungand are looking beautiful up there. But let's hear about this Battle Pass.
It contains a lot of symbolic meanings. The water from the intro cinematic, the water in drought seasons, the water in Tempest season, they all have a different meanings behind. But one thing in common is that somehow it reveals the people's true intentions. The key art, nothing much to
Oh,
say.
that's
It's amazing. The
that's
battle pass
clever.
weapons,
They're drawing
as you
ideas
can
from
see
sunken
here,
ships,
it was inspired by the
harbors,
Gaudi Turks
harbor
and
maps.
Turkish
They're
ornamented,
using.
daggers.
This is cool.
This
That's
time we
very.
wanted to
I've
make
always
it
liked
look more
Andrew
like
Ean.
a,
He's got very
King's
good ideas, and he
collections
draws
and
from
the
very
War of the
creative
Treasure.
inspirations.
So
I really
expensive,
like some of his
elaborated
inspirations and
patterns,
draws.
and gems were used to
He's a
design
creative man. I
treasures
actually really
sometimes
like
become
Andrew.
just rusted metal when it's sunk.
Mr.
down.
Krabs, how'd you get in For Honor?
Still, there are
Like,
definitely
because of
amazing
money.
details that player will remember by. In contrast, for the event weapons, the waterway and the patterns that were created by the wave were used to retexture the weapons. And it's a very calm, deep sea blue will make these weapons to contain Tempest in your weapon library.
Yeah, I see the blue look. For those of you who like the blue
you can
material,
see,
this is your time.
The weapon, but also the mood effect that will show up very soon.
I'm gonna be singing some Under the Sea. Under the sea. Darling, it's better, dammer, it's wetter. Take it from me. I'm gonna be singing that a lot this season.
Most importantly, perhaps, in my opinion, float and gloat
What?
with Centurion and
Float and gloat signature.
Immediately after the victory is going to show up.
Really? Oh, that's dumb.
As well.
Wait, what's this? What's this?
Yeah,
What's
this
this?
is
Oh
very
my
shocking.
God, we've got waterbenders.
Right.
That's awesome.
We got
Thank you so much
waterbenders,
for
boys.
taking us through that. Any notes to kind of conclude on with the battle pass?
Y'all didn't know I could sing, dude. Got the voice of a
otherwise,
dying
everyone
angel.
in the
Emphasis
world
on
right
the
now in world
dying.
is very hot outside. I hope you guys enjoyed the Tempest that we brought to you guys, and you also enjoyed the.
We got waterbenders in For Honor, guys. Just it's now
Awesome. Thank
canon.
so much,
You
Andrew.
can
We will be
execute
right
with
back.
water.
First, we're going to show you the battle pass weapons. And
All right,
then
now let's take a look at the battle
come
pass
back
weapons. I
with
want to see this.
Stone
Okay.
And Benjamin. Thank you very much, Warriors, and thank you, Andrew, for stopping by.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. That's Wardens. Wow, that's gorgeous. Look at that. That looks great. Peacekeepers. Nice, very colorful. Very nice. Love Centurions. That's a good Gladius. That looks very ornate, very pretty. Oh wow. That looks great. I like Gladiators. Look at Gladiator's shield. That looks beautiful. Black Prior. Oh, the shield's a little bit much, but everything else is great about that. Warmonger. Oh, God, it's like made of jewels. I love it. This is gorgeous. The Bardiche. I don't know how I feel about that one. Lawbringer's kind of the same. I don't know how I feel about that. I like the larger axe heads. Peacock? What does a peacock have to do with the ocean? Get rid of that, conch. Fix that. Okay. Vikings next, right? Okay. No, Samurai. Nice Nodachi, I like that. Katana looks okay. Fair enough. The Kusarigama look fine, but they always never really impress me. Aramusha and... Butterfly kind of look for the Hitakiri. Looks okay. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me as much. Oh, the Kyoshin's weapon. Oh, look at that Kyoshin weapon. It's gorgeous. I love it. Oh, okay. Okay. I like that. Shugoki's is fine. It's just a big, thick hunk of wood. It's fine. Music's a little loud. Raiders. Oh, look at Raiders. I like the way the axe head juts out. That's cool. Very ornamental. Berserkers looks good. I like that. Ooh, I like the head pattern on the blade. That looks good. Highlander. I like my current Highlander look. That's okay, but I like my current Highlander sword. Shaman's looks great, but it doesn't look wild enough. Jormungandr. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's a literal hammerhead. Okay. Valkyrie. Ooh, the Twin Wolves. That looks sick. I like Valkyries. That looks good. Warlord. Oh, my. Look at that shield. Look at that shield. That's kind of badass. I'm not going to lie. That's kind of badass. That looks great. And that leaves the Wulin. All right. Impress me, Wulin. What you got? Okay, that's beautiful. Tiandi's looks gorgeous. That is a gorgeous look. Shaolin. whatever. Nusha's looks very nice, very pretty, very vibrant. I like that. Oh, wow. Look at the Guandao. I love the blade pattern. It's so gorgeous. It's okay. That one's okay. It doesn't do it as much for me. It's fine, though. Okay, wow, but those look pretty good. I can't wait to get them. A lot of them look great. A lot of them look really, really good. Very vibrant, very colorful. It's really going to stand out in the battlefield. I really like that. Yeah, these look good. They worked really hard on these. Every season, I kind of wonder, what are they going to do next? They're running out of ideas. This just proves they can bring up really cool ideas. This is really neat.
Warriors, welcome back to the Warriors Den. It's time to talk about some testing grounds, and of course we can't.
All right, time to talk about the testing grounds. All right, so what's coming? What's coming, boy?
How are you guys doing? Welcome.
We're doing great, I think. How about you, Ben?
Stefan.
Yeah, super. I'm ready for this.
We got Stefan and Benjamin.
This is gonna be a really
and
awesome,
Josh. Josh, change your name up because we got Stefan and Benjamin, and you're just Josh.
We can't really
Come on,
do
man.
the testing
Get it
grounds
together.
without a certain someone, I feel.
Oh, JC, the big man, the Discord modder. Hey, what's up, dude? You're wearing the wrong shirt. You need to be wearing a For Honor shirt. How come the only one who wore a For Honor shirt was Clarissa? See what I mean? Clarissa's the only one who actually wears the merch.
I'm very excited because, like, when it comes to the testing grounds, we have like a little bit to kind of get through. We want to kind of go over the previous testing grounds.
Okay, now I want to talk about what changes they're bringing and what new testing grounds
Stefan,
are
why
up
don't you go
to.
ahead and start us off? What have we kind of learned from the recent testing grounds, and where do you kind of see things playing out?
All right.
We got a bunch of cool stuff coming at the start of the Tempest season. Some of the things will come from the testing ground.
Hit me with
Some
it.
of it will not come at the start of the season, and
Hit me
will
with
be
it.
delayed to another testing ground. We'll talk about that in a moment. And then there's a couple other cool improvements that we're going to see also at the start of the season.
Don't leave me in suspense.
Awesome,
All right,
awesome.
Orochi
Yeah, so
improvements. Here we
We're
go.
gonna kind of go over just like a little like rundown of what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to talk about some of the
Raven, the
Orochi
spider people. We're not talking about that. Leave that topic alone for
taking
now.
him once ready for live. We're also gonna talk about some Raider improvements because I have seen a lot of Raider.
Usually y'all are really good about your
There are some,
graphics and your presentations. This looks like a really crappy
that
PowerPoint.
and then we're also gonna get into option selects. Another thing we also had in the testing grounds. And
Those are the big three that came from testing grounds in the previous
Rally
season.
call and Vital
Shinobi,
Leech
has
improvements.
a number of
Okay.
things in it and a number of
You
things
didn't
we need
mention
to
that
fix.
before, but
So
okay.
that's why it's going to go to another testing ground. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but the others are going to go live with some fixes.
very, very exciting. I'm really excited. I'm also really excited to see what we're doing for Shinobi V2 as we're kind of dubbing him here.
Hey guys, let's not be too mean. They put all their money and energy into those unique executions. I'll forgive a crappy slideshow presentation. Let's give them some credit here, boys.
All that awesome stuff will be launching.
And girls, I don't know if there are any girls watching. If you're a girl watching, let me know, because I never know.
A couple of other
Okay, sticky
things
dodge improvements,
as
crashing
well.
charging. Oh, they're
But
changing crashing charge. Okay.
that-
And incoming testing grounds. Okay, start talking.
Let's go ahead and get into what we will be discussing for this new testing ground, season 19. There's going to be a lot of really cool things. So,
All right, Orochi
start
first.
off with Orochi. Let's get
What's
into
new?
Orochi details. What can you tell us?
Awesome. Super high level. I just want to say thanks to everybody who participated in the previous testing ground, filled out the survey, played, killed people, got killed by people, all the good stuff. We need your feedback, and this is why you're going to see some of the improvements that are being made to both Orochi and Raider that are going live with the testing ground improvements, and also why we'll see Shinobi at the end of this in the
Talk,
in the next
Orochi.
the loop is basically we require your input and your help to make
Yeah,
things
we know.
happen. So you're gonna see some results of that today.
Stefan, I will find you.
Awesome. Now, now JC, why don't we go ahead and get into some of the good stuff
Okay.
about Orochi. Some of the things people like, all that good stuff.
Dodge cancel. What? Okay.
I think from what we got from the surveys and what we've seen from the community, was by far the most well-received one out of the bunch that we had.
Yeah,
People were
agreed.
super
I thought
hyped.
that Shinobi, I thought that Orochi was handled
There's a
very,
lot of
very
really
well.
Good stuff. The main point that we got, I think I saw it on Reddit like a million times, is dodge cancel timing, right? So a lot of people were kind of unhappy at when you could dodge cancel out of stuff with Orochi. So we're gonna go over it, but that was the main sticking point. We've also made some other changes based on feedback, so we're gonna go through them one by one.
Shit, let's do it.
All right. So first up, we have dodge cancels, like I was mentioning, right? So it wasn't as effective in group fights as we expected. So on top of getting a lot of feedback, how it felt maybe like a bit unresponsive or not super good, the other data that we've gathered with it wasn't as strong as we wanted to. So because of that, we've put it at 200 MS after every single recovery.
Okay.
It used to be at 333, so now at 200. It's a lot more effective. You can dodge out of stuff. You can also still delay it up to a 333, so it gives you a bit more flexibility in how you can use it. Try to get some like meaty deflects and stuff. That's kind of cool. And we also added the possibility of dodge canceling dodge attacks as well.
Okay.
We weren't able to before. We were a bit worried about a bunch of those things, like having people do dodge for its kick over and over and over again, for example. So now that we're a lot less concerned with that one specifically. So with this, we can cancel your dodge recoveries with other dodges. So that's
okay.
Pretty cool. I can't wait to see those anime things with that Riptide into Riptide into Riptide. It's going to be kind of cool.
Opener damage reduced and average by 2 damage. Zone attack is now a chain. Zone attack can go into a chain? Ooh, that's going to be insane. Oh, wait, why'd you go back? Bring that back up.
Because with the introduction of the kick, certain things would have been guaranteed at the old timings, like the 200 MS timing that you see here. So we've adjusted a couple other things to try to compensate.
Why'd you backtrack, boys?
So
go forward again. I want to hear the rest of Orochi.
After something else.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that makes a big difference.
Move on. Okay.
So other changes, right? So we also heard you guys. The Orochi's damage was a bit overtuned, was a bit too high, especially with all those combo legs. So now we've reduced the damage of most of Orochi's openers by 2.
Okay.
It kind of varies. Yeah, it
that's
doesn't
fair.
sound like much, but it actually makes a bit of a difference. So that's interesting. The other really top requested feedback was that zone attack still felt a bit lackluster, was not super useful. You kind of like were stuck when you're using it. You had to dodge.
I have to disagree. The zone attack is what a lot of Orochis do to really spam you and try to get in quick damage. So I've seen plenty of Orochis take advantage of that.
Attack, and then zone attack rather into combo light, into like dodge cancels, into top of your finisher, into whatever you like. That's pretty good. We've also put light dodge attacks back to being light parries. They were heavy parries as kind of an experiment. That we ended up like it wasn't as a bug.
Stefan, put your cat away. No one wants to see your pussy.
We kept
I'm sorry. I'm gonna go hang myself now for that one.
A bit too strong for.
I'm gonna go drown myself.
Attacks, like Riptide and stuff are extremely strong. So that's they're back to being light parries. So Orochis can just constantly side dodge light or Riptide and then never get punished for it. So that's pretty good. And last but not least, another thing that was brought up by a lot of players was that Wind Gust, which is the deflect punish, did not beat armored attacks, right? Uninterruptible stance is armor, so it did not beat it. So you couldn't deflect somebody and then do Wind Gust into armor and not beat them, kind of like what Valkyrie can do, for example. So now Wind Gust properly does that, so you're pretty much guaranteed your Wind Gust every single time you manage to deflect, which is really, really, really useful for Orochi. So we can have that video now for a zone attack if we want.
Okay, let's see it.
Yeah, Max is superstar.
Oh, damn,
So yeah,
really?
now that's it. So zone attack goes into...
So he can actually go into his next attack from the zone. That's going to be insane. So he gets 14 damage and maximum of 32 after that. Oh, my lord.
We're changing that's probably going to do a lot for it.
That's going to annoy people. $2 from Dr. Calibrations, Chad, Clarissa versus Virgin Stefan.
Goodies to play with. But let's get over to Raider. Let's talk about Raider.
Raider's a big fan favorite, right? And,
thank you. Thank you for the $2, man. I appreciate it.
A lot of feedback. I've received massive documents from some players in the community with what they'd like to see done to Raider. So, yeah, we can get into it. Steph, you want to walk us through like a bit of the feedback?
All right, so Raider was well received. I don't know. I thought that they did fine with Raider. I didn't have any problems with what they did with Raider.
It was quite well received. There's some questions about like, hey, should the Stampede charge really be at 500 ms, for example, which, I mean, Ben will talk about when we get to crash and charge as well. Armor timings.
Benjamin's just kind of sitting over there like, do I matter?
That were a little,
maybe if I do my best,
on Raider,
Steven
it's
Seagal
like, hey, can I be a
impression.
little more free on this character and effective with my armor?
Or Sylvester Stallone. He looked a bit like Sylvester Stallone in his younger days.
Changes we're gonna have
I did it, Adrian. I got onto the For Honor live stream.
Who, like I said, sent me like a huge Word document, like a university level dissertation of what to do with Raider. So I think that person should be quite happy.
Now at 100 milliseconds on every chained heavy. Oh wait.
Time to type long stuff. Like
So
that.
he can. So they've increased
Like,
the speed
honestly,
at which he
it's
goes
right.
into uninterruptible stance, which
People
means
don't believe we
hyper
read it,
armor.
But I mean, if you get there and it gets on the front page, we're gonna.
Are
read
you
it, so-
for real?
Yeah,
That's
like,
gonna
honestly,
make him really hard to
like,
deal
I'm
with.
joking about it a little bit, but it was super.
I wanted him balanced. I
Whenever we
didn't
get-
want him to become a god.
Any feedback is good feedback, so we're always happy to take it and read it. And
I hate fighting Orochi because I gotta catch him first. Well, yeah, when you want to catch a Pokemon,
first up, we have
you gotta catch it first.
Uninterruptible stance timing. Again, that's armor, so we gotta be careful. So now we have armor at 100 ms on every chain heavy attack. A lot of the feedback we got from the previous timing was that Raider was really weak in group fights. He wasn't getting interrupted quite a bit. So with this change, it's a bit back more to.
Okay, I get that. All right. Okay, now I understand because I thought you were talking about just in general. No, in a group fight, yeah, his hyper armor does come up a little. So okay, I understand now.
Good. You can still trade with dodge attacks. You can still do a bunch of different things with that. So that's really, really useful.
So just a quick little bit of info there is like we can't have it at 0 for rollback reasons. We can have it later. Honestly, I thought more people would be mad about it being earlier, but they wanted it earlier, so okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Sure.
Okay, move on. Come on.
All right. So next up we have chain.
Okay, now Raider's Storm to Raider's Fury, new chain routes,
So you
light,
can now
heavy,
do
light, heavy,
Raider's
heavy,
Storm
light.
to Raider's
Okay,
Fury, right? So you can do the full
storming tap
Raider
now
copter
changes the second hit
you
in
want.
chains. Oh,
Yeah, so that's
okay. No, I don't mind that. That's cool. Do you have a
But that's
clip? I'd
important
like
to
to see
note,
the clip.
That's another big feedback that we got is that the Raider's Storm, which is the neutral zone, was costing 12 stamina. It's up to 20, just because like it was super easy to get massive pressure when somebody was out of stamina. So we changed that a little bit, but there's compensation for it a bit further down the line, so we're going to be good with that. We also added new chain routes for Raider, another big requested thing. So Raider can now chain to his light finishers after his second heavy in chain. So you now have light, and heavy light as chain routes. Should help make him a little bit less predictable and have a bit better flow, and you're not forced to go into your heavy finishers or like your Raider Sphere or whatever. And last but not least, Storming Tap now changed to the second hit in chains instead of changing to finishers. That's also another really big change.
Okay.
That's super useful for Raider because it lets
Yeah, it's just going to make Raider a monster. But then again, Raider needed to be a monster. After all, he's the weakest Vanguard currently. He needs a bit of help.
I can't really keep going. So it was hard to use in chains, and you kind of felt forced to reuse Storm and Tap or whatever. So with this way, you can do Storm and Tap into a heavy, into like a zone attack or a light finish or whatever you'd like. So that's really, really strong. We have a video for this as well, Max, if you want to play it.
That feels so much better.
Okay, let's see.
It's amazing. Yeah. So
wait, he can go from one zone into another zone? What?
Yeah, the stormiest storm to ever storm. Very fitting for Tempest.
Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Okay.
So it's super useful. He's really good. And with that,
Okay, yeah, that's actually a good combo for him. That works for me.
Quite interesting.
Zone attack into another zone attack. Damn.
Okay.
Okay, top heavy opener is now 900 milliseconds, side heavy opener is now 800, and Raider's Fury is now 966.
That's the whole thing, right? Like, we didn't do that many. Like,
You couldn't even round it out?
a bit for your tweaking, so we're super
966. What a very precise number you have there.
As I said earlier, for Raider Storm being a bit costly.
Yulia Litvin, is there going to be a new hero reveal, or is that next one? That is next season. You're going to have to wait till the next season because they're skipping a season. They release a hero, do a season
then
after that here,
deciding
and then
opener
in the season
or
following
800
they
MS.
give us a new
So
one.
you can use those as guard break punishes now. That's part of the intent, right? Where before you would always use your zone attack, and now it costs more. That was part of why it was costing 12 as well. So now with that back to 20, the side of the openers rather being 800 kind of helps, making sure that you can actually land more damage in case you don't want to do Stampede Charge. And Raider's Fury is 966 milliseconds. That might seem like a slightly weird number.
I was gonna ask about that. I'm like, it's a very specific number. Why don't you?
Yeah, why the specific number, dude?
That entire 33 milliseconds is the difference between landing a storming tap, going to Raider's Fury, and being interrupted or trading and not, right? So with this change, Raider can do storming tap into Raider's Fury, and if your opponent was mashing light to interrupt, not only will they not interrupt, it won't trade, and Raider is going to win every single time in this situation.
So you gave him the ability to go from Storming Tap into Raider's Fury and guarantee it hit, even if the opponent throws a light back. Whoa!
Yeah, and then this is one of I think the last huge thing on Raider that a lot of people were talking about. Like I remember reading
all attack recoveries on hit block miss are now maxed out at 800 milliseconds.
They actually preferred getting trading with Raider's Fury.
Okay.
Just because the recovery of a lot of his attacks was super long. So we did a pass on them, and they're now maxed out at 800 milliseconds. So it's not as like the ones that were faster, like for heavy finishers and light finishers and all of his light attacks, are still going to be 700 on hit block, but on miss and for his other attacks as well, they're maxed out at 800. Which means that you should be frame advantage. You should have like much better control over Raider's attacks, and it should really help with his recoveries that were quite long. Some of them were like over a second, and so with this, it's a significant buff to Raider, to his group fight ability. He feels much better.
Yeah, I feel like Raider's going to become very much more balanced after this. I think that's going to be a lot better for Raider.
It's like whether it's on recoveries or chain rules or dodge timings on Orochi, it's like I want my character to feel good.
Yeah.
And then separately viability we talk about, but feel was a big one in this testing ground.
Yeah, so it's super important. So that's it for Raider. So we're going to look at the other changes now.
I do believe that one of these changes is option select.
Okay, option select improvements are in. I don't know nearly as much about option select, so I can't give a lot of feedback on this.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I definitely do think the change on TG was very well received. A lot of players seemed like the game breathed new life into the game, which is nice. So super excited. We're finally being able to get this into the live build, so players can play around and not lose their matches, hopefully. But let's talk about
okay. So option selects are in. So the improvements that we did on the testing grounds are going in as is.
Good.
So including zone option select. I know some people are going to be a little bit disappointed that they liked it. And that it helped players defend in group fights, but at the end of the day, remove from this.
I'm just watching Stefan like laughing.
I thought you were editorializing. I didn't know I was. Whatever.
I don't get the joke. Yeah, that must be an in joke. I guess I need to be there.
First, if you don't know what option selects are, don't worry about it. The only thing you need to know is that you were losing matches to people who knew what it was.
Yeah.
All right, Stefan. All right. Okay. I see the flex there.
Screwing you with mechanics, basically. So that's removed, number one. Number two, will time to kill be too high for ultra top level play? We will see as time goes on. But the game is so much healthier, so much better. And then you got me editorializing, but like, this is a good change. Everybody enjoy it, please.
I don't doubt that it's a good change. I think it's a great change. But there are some people who care more about the history and characters and lore than they do about the mechanics. You've got to explain this mechanic to us like we're stupid, because some of us are stupid. But sitting there going like, oh, if you don't know what it is, don't worry about it. It just means you're losing. Yeah, okay, Steven. Okay, Stefan. All right, Stefan. Bring it!
The dynamics from defense to offense, but the games don't become like bizarre, broken because of it. It feels good. I'm sorry, got me ranting here.
Like I thought, like the good players would kind of be brought down to our levels because now they couldn't do all of the option select stuff. But really, if you're a good player at For Honor, you're still a good player even without the option select. So like, don't worry about that too much, but get adjusted to it, and you'll still be owning noobs just like before.
I mean, like honestly, all three of us get regularly bodied by PKLX and Nuke, so it's not like they're not good anymore. Or,
JC saying that all three of us regularly get bodied. JC, you've got the body, bro.
The tech that we have to
I'm
clear
just saying.
selects deals with the vast majority of them. There's one that I won't go into detail because it's like pretty complicated, that we got feedback on during the testing grounds that is a lot more complicated to use, that is not addressed by this, but we're going to address it in a further update. We're going to look into it to make sure that it's also fixed in the future.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, fixed rally call and vital leech. Talk about it.
Is that rally call?
Yeah,
rally call.
Is that like, we're not doing that now, are we? Like,
Is that supposed to
we're
work?
gonna wait a few years again?
I thought we're supposed to leave it busted forever. Right? Like,
Yeah.
So they're fixing
Right?
T-on-D's
That's
feet.
a joke.
Free
I like,
in one of his videos that like we kind of teased it. No, we didn't really tease it. It was just, you know.
it was, but yeah, I liked how Joss kind of went over it and skipped it because he got distracted. That was hilarious. I was like, yeah, chat is probably just going crazy right now, but we completely ignored it. So yeah, I did do it. Will in heaven did it for us. So we fixed rally calls.
Now, Benjamin, you're saying that Will in heaven did this for us, but aren't you making it canon in the lore that the Norse gods are the real gods in For Honor? Doesn't that mean Valhalla or Asgard? Why are you bringing up heaven in this? Don't be bringing my faith into this.
We also did something to how it considers, critical and very critical health. So now, when you're below 50, it's going to activate, and it's not going to get better when you're at below 25. So it's an even better feat if it had worked all this time. And the Vital Leech also got the same treatment, basically.
Okay. So basically it's just a buff to T-on-D's
getting that feedback
feats that now activate when he's below 50 instead of below 25.
And see how that feels. Yeah.
Try it out one more time. If you've turned it off for 3 years, it's time to try it out once more.
Give it a whirl.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, these are all of the changes that will be launching with Tempest when it comes out on September 9th. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get into the new testing grounds.
Yes, new testing grounds. Thank you. Thank you.
There's more.
But
wait, there's more. Dang it!
I thought it was
Why are you bothering me with
I
this?
was moving along as well, so
Sticky dodge. Dodging is no longer based on camera orientation, but now based on player input.
If you don't know what sticky
Yeah, that's the way it always should have been.
yeah,
Thank you.
You
Next.
didn't know what was going on. It's a bit of an issue that we had in the game where it typically happened when you target swap during an attack, right? So if that you would dodge in the game in relation to where your camera was facing. So if your camera was like,
I feel bad for Josh over there. He was getting all excited. He was like, "Yeah, we're gonna get onto the new testing grounds, guys. Aren't you excited?" And they all said, "No, Josh, no. Sit in your corner. We're not done talking about this other stuff. Josh, you're not part of the cool kids, okay? You don't get to sit at the table with the cool kids, and this is why, Josh. You're always jumping in too early, Josh." And Josh was just sitting there going, "Man, I was just trying to make things interesting for everybody else. I don't know what y'all were doing." Look at him. He looks depressed. He was just like.
That was not the easiest. Yeah, so basically dodging is no longer based on camera orientation, but it's based on...
Yeah, he looks happy, but what he's really thinking is, I'm gonna throw bacon at JC to keep him distracted while I strangle these other two.
Or to the right, or whatever direction you were holding. The important thing to know is that this should be fixed for pretty much everything, but there might still be some dodge attacks that might have issues.
Okay, I love what JC just said. This should be fixed for everything, but there might still be some Then JC, it's not fixed for everything, is it, JC? You're lying to us, aren't you, JC? You need to be more honest and upfront with us, JC. Stop misleading people, JC. If it's not really a fix, it's not a fix, is it, JC? JC.
Change.
JC, you gotta be honest with it, JC.
Like, people don't even realize how frustrated they are at sticky dodge. I think, like, they think oh shit, why did I not dodge in the right direction? This game is bugged, and they didn't even realize like there was like a.
Hey, Benjamin! Whoa, quarter in the swear jar, little mister.
Props to this. It's
Dropping
so
f
much more
bombs like that. You
complicated
got to be ashamed of yourself. There are kids watching this. Well, actually, no. Most kids should be in school right now. Okay. Crashing charge changes. No longer has uninterruptible stance on both warlord and opponent. Can no longer chain into itself. No longer unbalances OS opponents.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but it said crashing charge improvement. So we made it better, right? So now when you hit someone, you teleport to the nearest ledge and they explode into a glory of guts. So yeah, it's not an improvement.
Oh, Benjamin, I know you're joking, but had you been serious, I would have shot you. Oh my goodness.
As the warlord, it's no longer a case of even if a catapult hits you, you're still gonna get thrown off the ledge. Now there is reaction when someone hits you. There's no super armor. There's no
okay, so what they're basically saying is that now when Warlord does his crashing charges where he runs with you in his shield, like after a guard break, it no longer is uninterruptible, as in it no longer has hyper armor. It can be stopped. You can no longer chain it into itself. And it no longer unbalances. Okay.
It's really annoying. So
I'm fine with that. That's fine. It means that they won't be able to spam that shit over and over again to throw me off of ledges. I mean, they'll still do it,
but...
There's
a notorious video that we watched where it's like the guy is like full stamina, gets hit on the wall like 2 times.
Like Big Fella. This should fix everything except for all the things it doesn't!
Eats an ice cream cone, runs at him.
Raven, now you're reminding me of my little brother just putting salt on someone. You have no idea the amount of salt shakers I use.
And the guy just dies, and it was the saddest thing ever.
Oh, man.
So now, crashing charge no longer on balance.
You know, they're talking about this crashing charge stuff. I'm still busy looking at that background art. It is gorgeous. I just want this season to start so I can just get that as my screensaver on my computer. That's beautiful. It is so gorgeous.
Really overwhelming elements of the move. So here's hoping that meets.
But I do have to admit, on the left-hand side, that's a lot of fire for a big rainstorm like this. I mean, I'm not saying fires can't burn in the rain,
we
but
slowed it down a
just
bit.
find it
was,
interesting.
I think 700 ms. Now it's 600 ms. So it's on par with the new Stampede charge, basically.
Yeah, so both end up at 6 at this point instead of 5, which we tested, I think, later on in testing ground. So that's super cool. I think less solo infinites is always good.
Super cool, I think. We're not sure.
And
we
it's
just
going to be
think it's
interesting to see
super
what
cool.
happens in the Dominion series with possibly the strongest character, or very close to it, taking this nerf.
Yeah, Warlord's a crazy meta pick, so...
No matter how the game goes, the art and music are always top tier. Oh, facts, Thunder Dragon, facts. All right, yes, testing grounds. Let's talk.
Kind of making some
Who's getting fixed?
I also like that you mentioned
Who's getting fixed?
Dominion, because now this is the perfect segment. I was getting ahead of myself earlier. Now let's talk about the new testing grounds, which will be running from September 16th to September 30th.
Who's getting fixed?
Again, we will also have a Shinobi V2 version in this round of testing grounds, which we will get into in a little bit. But let's go ahead and start off from the top and talk
All right, Shinobi
about,
changes and Dominion game mode improvement. That's it?
Dominion game mode changes, which I kind of mentioned
That's it?
earlier.
Shinobi's just getting a fix and they're changing Dominion?
I think we're starting with Shinobi, dude. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Okay, fair.
But I'm honored by your excitement.
I'm very excited, actually. But yeah, no, let's start with Shinobi. The first round, we definitely did see like a lot of positive reactions from the community. There are a couple of things that they are looking to see kind of improved on and tweaked a little bit. But let's go ahead and dive right into it.
Yes.
What do we have?
Okay, so he was well received, too strong due to bugs. Yeah. Openers are not viable enough. I don't know, they seem pretty good to me. Input leniency problems.
The idea being that, like,
what does that mean?
Too strong, partially due to some bugs that we've addressed, but also because of some like other weirdo issues with some stuff that we're gonna go into a little bit deeper. The other issue that Shinobi's had was that his openers were not viable enough.
Even the male Shinobi in that thing is kind of going, wait, what?
For a lot of different reasons.
Is this serious?
And Shinobi also suffered from some input leniency problems. I'm happy I can pronounce that correctly. Yeah, so we've made some changes to that as well. All right, so let's get to it.
We're going to talk about wall splatter.
All right, removed bleed damage from sickle.
A lot of wall splash.
You removed bleed damage from sickle rain.
So we've removed bleed from
What?
Shinobi entirely. I know some people are
What?
disappointed. Oh, I like that my Shinobi would make people bleed. But
What?
there's a lot of good from removing bleed. So we removed bleed damage from Sickle Rain, from Shadow Strike, and from Teleport.
So
but
Shinobi
all
can
the
no longer
attacks now
bleed.
do
Okay.
damage. So Shadow
These
Strike
attacks now deal direct damage.
punish,
Shadow Strike
deals
now deals
18,
18
and
damage, and Teleport now deals
24
24 damage. That's nice. What are you doing with Sickle Rain?
Bleeding there didn't make much sense anyway. And it's also a lot easier to balance, and it feels better when your damage comes in right away. Like, you do lose a little bit of synergy with, like, Nobushi or Shaman or whatever, but at the end of the day, like, Shinobi did not need that. And this is also kind of a bit of an adjustment, because Revenge is not affected by bleeding. So if you bleed somebody, it doesn't feed them extra Revenge. This now does. So it has an effect on when you actually land Sickle Rain, you're not able to.
Okay, I guess that makes sense, I guess. But you're taking away a large part of his aesthetic now.
That free Predator's Mercy, man. I'm going to miss
Yeah,
it.
I know. Shaman is Steph's baby. So.
No bias.
So Sickle Rain, right? So we did a couple of changes to Sickle Rain as well.
Okay, no longer accessible after guard break. Good, that needed to change. Now deals 20 damage up front and 3 per stab, a total of 29 damage. You can deal up to 29 damage with a full Sickle Rain.
And also made Shinobi super threatening whenever you.
Okay, no longer ignores pinning rules, no longer drains stamina.
So we removed that direct.
Okay, I'll take the stamina one. What do you mean by pinning rules?
Some roads go to Sickle Rain, not all roads now.
Not some of those roads have deviated to other outlets.
Right. Now deals also 20 damage up front and 3 per stab, so for a total of 29. Damage is a bit on the low side for a heavy finisher, but it pins you for so long that it makes total sense. You still get free heavies from allies and stuff, and that's pretty good. It also no longer ignores pinning rules. That was an issue that Shinobi on live right now, as some people have seen in videos and stuff, actually still has, but because Sickle Rain was so much more easily available.
Oh, pinned to the wall. Oh, okay, got it.
So now you can't have a Shigoki, for example, do a Demon's Embrace on somebody and then have a random Shinobi just Sickle Rain you out of it and still pin.
Okay, so what they're saying is that they removed bleeding from Sickle Rain because, for one thing, it didn't feed Revenge, and they're now changing it to direct damage. I get it, but it takes away a lot of the aesthetic and a lot of the fun that Shinobi had, and the way Shinobi could work well with Shaman and Nobushi. So I'm not a big fan, but I can kind of respect it.
And the changes from the previous testing grounds are still in, right? So it's still unblockable from top and dodgeable from sides, all that good stuff.
Okay, they kept the undodgeable element. Okay, that's good. I like the undodgeable element. That made it good. I like the undodgeable. Thank you.
Next up, we have ranged heavy.
Ranged heavy changes? No longer wall splats, no longer target swappable, no longer accessible from backflip. Wait, so you kept the ranged attacks?
Because you got free Sickle Rains afterwards. I think a lot of frustration. But on top of it, the other issue that people had with it was that you could target swap it. And we had intentionally done that target swap, right? So you could actually be good with a Shinobi in a group fight. And like, let's say you start with somebody, you kick them, target swap, throw out a range heavy at somebody, go back on your main target, roll, and do all that sort of good stuff.
Okay, so please tell me that you kept the change where they couldn't just spam ranged heavies at a person off screen. Please say that you kept that a part of the distance.
That you could not see coming at all. So because of that, we removed the target swapping from range heavy. You can still target swap the front roll though, so you can still go on a single target, dodge kick into range heavy, target swap, roll, and it's still gonna work. But that's it. It was a little bit too frustrating for players, so we removed the target swap from it. And because we removed the target swap from it, it no longer made sense for that range heavy to be accessible after a backflip, because you can just it was so easy to dodge that it made zero sense to use it. So the main purpose of having it after a backflip was to target swap it. So because we removed it, it made no sense for you to have it there.
Okay. Input leniency changes. Adjust input leniency on the following moves: front roll, follow up, shadow strike.
Just getting splatted.
I don't quite get this, but okay.
Exactly right. So the other reason too is that you'll see where there's some changes to the backflip too that also make a lot of sense in that regard. Now it's input leniency. Did it good. So we adjusted, like we usually say comfort, but I gotta be fancy today. So we adjusted it a little bit on the front roll follow-up and on shadow strike. So front roll, a lot of people didn't seem to kind of like grasp where we were going with it, which is fine. That's my mistake. But the idea was that you would front roll and you had like a huge window to buffer your follow-up, so whether it was the flip kick or sickle ring. But because that window felt a bit unnatural, people didn't really take to it, and they would typically like hit the buttons late, and then the wrong thing would come out. So we've actually made.
Has anyone else noticed that Shinobi is no longer? I mean, like he just doesn't feel like an assassin in the same way the others do. He's the only assassin without a dodge without a dodge attack. He has a dodge kick, but he doesn't have a dodge attack.
Players who early dodge it.
He can no longer apply bleed like most of the assassins can. I mean, sure, Berserker can't apply bleed without a feat, but most of the assassins other than Berserker can apply bleed. Can Nucia? Maybe Nucia can't. Whatever the case.
Ben remembers this when we were doing.
I don't know what Shinobi is, but Shinobi is slowly devolving out of assassin status and going into hybrid status.
Shadow strike and going to mix-ups when you manage to parry. That also feels really fun. Yeah. Okay, front roll and back flip. So we've done a couple of changes to those as well.
Okay, so the front roll no longer has guard break vulnerability. Okay, back flip can be accessed after most attacks, on hit, on block, or on miss. Okay, that I like that. I like the back flip change. Front roll has extra forward movement. Good, you can chase after those people. Okay, these are good changes. Those are good changes. I'll take that.
But with this, at least, like you're able to avoid attacks with it.
Okay, Nucia can't bleed. Okay, I couldn't remember.
Guard break vulnerability, invulnerability rather. Sorry, that's a bit of a typo there. So you can get guard broken when you're doing a front roll or a back flip. So the idea is that it's more like a dodge, like I said. So you have to be a bit more careful when you use them, but you're still you should be able to avoid attacks with it, which is kind of like more what dodges. Backflip also now can be accessed after most attacks on hit, block, and miss.
Yep, I like that.
To how it is on live, pretty much. So you can.
I like that. I like that the backflip can now be accessed on a hit, block, or miss. I'm fine with that. And the front roll has extra forward movement. I like that too. Those are good changes, though. I like those. I like those a lot.
Since you can now backflip on command on a bunch of things, it doesn't make a lot of sense to be able to just off-screen backflip into a range heavy something, right? But with this, what's interesting is that it gives Shinobi a lot of options to avoid dodge attacks and to be able to be a bit more mobile when he's playing, so that should really help him out. And last but not least, front roll has extra forward movement. Some of the feedback we got from some players was that they like to be able to target swap front roll, but it didn't go further enough, so he would just like target swap front roll and Shinobi would be like, oh, what's a roll? And then he would just like roll in place.
What's that? How late is it for me? It's not late at all. This is actually it's actually a little past 1 in the afternoon.
So that didn't really work well. So we had.
When I stream, it's usually around 8:30, 9 o'clock when I usually stream gaming. I stream that late because in my time zone, that's when a lot of people are out of school. Okay. Here, most people are in school, so I don't even know how many people are watching me right now.
Shinobi is still so slippery that I can't do anything about him because he still just does side dodge, back dodge, side
okay,
dodge,
double dodge can no longer dodge back. Double dodge can now access openers. Good. Double dodge front kick can now be accessed at 200 milliseconds from front dodging can be delayed until 500 milliseconds. A delayed kick is going to be cool. Double dodge now costs 6 stamina. Okay.
To a light or into a heavy. And get those
now, where's the change that gives Shinobi a fair amount of health?
It's a little bit weird to have on those double dodges, but a lot of players said that they were actually really useful and were using them, so we put them back in. Another thing that we're trying out is that front dodge kick. You can now do it at 200 ms from front dodge, and you can delay it up until 500, compared to before where it was 300. So that's a test we're also doing to see if it actually helps, because we know that when it's at 100, it's super strong, and at 300, depending on what the character can do. So some characters that have like dodge for like light or heavy options, for like Zanhu, for example, you can't just go, oh, I see any type of red and I dodge and I beat everything. So with this, hopefully it's going to be a bit harder to react to, and at especially high levels, it should have a bit more viability.
Okay.
And the last thing we did was that double dodge now costs 6 stamina. We had removed the cost on it because it was like, okay, well, we want to have Shinobi to be more mobile.
Wait, Alicia, it's 3 in the morning where you are. Where are you, Alicia? Where are you that it's 3? I'm a little slow on the uptick there.
But at the same time, we don't want people to be able to just infinitely dodge. And also,
imagine some guy in high school complaining to his friends that he's missing Raven Knight stream. Oh, that would make me feel so good, but so bad.
Some sort of small cost to pay to be able to have that sort of strength.
Dr. Colors, you and me are in the same time zone. Oh, so you live in the southeastern United States?
For Shinobi changes.
Oh, Alicia, you live in Australia? Well, no wonder. That's crazy. All right. Dominion changes, guys. Dominion changes. Let's hear what they're doing to Dominion. What are you doing to Dominion?
Now, mind you, this is for the testing grounds. It's not going live right away. So definitely, once this testing grounds goes live.
Okay, again, yeah, this is testing grounds. I got that. What are you changing about Dominion and testing grounds? I want to know.
What was the...
Dominion is the most popular game mode. What are you changing?
Kind of tweak Dominion a little bit and kind of, do what we're doing with Dominion. I don't want to spoil it, so...
I guess I'll spoil it a little bit then. Basically, with Dominion, there's a couple of problems that we experience in the game right now. Like, one, how predictable is it from game to game? Like, when are you getting your feats unlocked? When are the renown bonuses coming? There's a number of renown bonuses. You'll know Ace, you'll know some other ones that are like, they happen at pretty unpredictable times, let's say. Like,
would you bring up the notes? You've got a crappy PowerPoint set up. Just show me the crappy PowerPoint so we can move on.
I can sum up in a nutshell that I think everyone can relate to is like,
I got things to do today.
I got my tier 4 in like 3 minutes, or I never got even out of my tier like 1 and 2.
Regulator, I live in the northeastern U.S. Oh, okay, so you're north of me. All right, I live in the south. I live in southeastern.
It's quite.
I live in South Carolina. Represent
for especially for assassins, and so we're trying to smooth this out a little bit. And I'll let Benjamin, I think, hit the real notes, but I think that's a high level.
Awesome, too late. You spoiled it.
I spoiled all the good stuff.
Show the PowerPoint, Stephen. Go back to playing with your cat. Show me the thing.
The changes that we are bringing to Dominion on the test.
Here we go. Okay, all right. Renown changes. Oh, it's a renown change thing. Okay, so hero kills, Vanguard is 8, Assassin is 11, Heavy is 8, Hybrid is 9, Testing Ground is 20.
Yeah, easily possible.
Kill streak 6 to 16, 8 to 20, 3 to 12, 6 to 16, 8 to 20. Okay.
You're gonna be
Minion kills, Vanguard 2, Assassins 1, Heavy 2.
So yeah, first off, for sure. So we're doing a huge thing to Dominion, right? It's very scary for us because it's our most favorite mode. It's our most popular. So we are doing definitely a testing ground on this. And we're going to be.
Yeah, I would do a testing ground on this before you make anything official, dude.
Go play this thing a lot so that we can look at the data, and then figure out where we go from here. So here we go. So first off, the thing that Steph just spoiled for us is that yes. Vanguard, Assassin, Heavy, Hybrid, doesn't matter. You kill someone, you're going to get the same amount of renown. You contest a zone, you're going to get the same amount of renown.
Oh, so they're getting rid of the variation in...
You're an assassin. You're not good.
They're getting rid of the variations in renown. No, that makes sense, though.
No.
That makes sense. That's a good change. Make sure that it's always equal. Like, because like, for example, in capturing zones in Dominion, a Vanguard will get 15 renown while everyone else only gets 10. Yeah, make it 10 for everybody. No, it makes sense. That makes sense.
Light, heavy. And 2 zones and be out of
why wouldn't you make it that way? I didn't even know that was the case before. Really?
As bad doing it.
I did not know that. So I did not know that there was a discrepancy.
Also, kind of standardized the renown values of doing the actions in Dominion. So if you look at the top, for example, on the hero kills. Hey,
so you're basically equaling out everyone's. No, I respect that. That's probably a better idea. I'm down with that. Okay.
On the right is the values that you're going to be having on the testing grounds. It's at 20. It looks like we're doubling the amount of renown for each kill. But what this is not saying is that we have removed basically all of the special snowflake rewards that you got.
You're removing... No, hold on. So that phrasing. You're removing all of the special snowflake rewards. Did you say that intentionally? Did you say that unironically? Please say you did, because Benjamin, you will become my favorite dude on this stream. If you meant that unironically. The special snowflake rewards.
for killing the guy that just killed you. And
That was
maybe some other
perfect. Oh my
renown
goodness.
for doing an execution. So this is what Stefan was saying earlier. It made
The
things
special
very,
snowflake
very confusing
reward.
for us. It made it confusing for you. And so
Oh,
we decided
Benjamin,
to
that was
scrap most of
beautiful.
them. So now,
Okay.
what you're seeing on screen right now is basically all the renowned sources in Dominion now. That is all, except 3 of them, which are Revenge, Streakbreaker, and Comeback. So when you get killed a bunch of times and you get a kill, you'll get a renown bonus. When you break someone's streak, you get a bonus. And when you kill whoever killed you, you'll get a bonus. So what you're seeing here is that we're kind of encouraging these comeback mechanics, basically.
JC looks
if we go
so
down the bit on
miserable
this,
right
because
now.
we
He
can
looks
see
like,
as well
we're
that
not
defense
talking about
zones,
any of the changes I
the
made.
notorious
This
defense zone
isn't
has
my
been
scene.
completely killed. So
Find me a
now,
meatloaf.
what it used to happen is if you were a Vanguard and you killed someone,
I don't mean to make fun of
or
him because of his weight.
capture zone,
It's just easy.
Every friend that was in the capture zone got 25 renown, including yourself. So you can understand that at high level, people might not want to go take that other guy's zone when the whole team is in there, because you might be giving like 100 renown to the other team like super easily.
I appreciate you for explaining why you made these changes, but you could have said it in literally 2 sentences. They are. No, first sentence, we made it so that everyone's renown score was equal regardless of which kind of hero you were playing. And we did this because doing it any other way is kind of stupid. There, I did it in 2 I did it in 2 sentences.
Feel more encouraged to go get the opposing zones. All right, now Max, you may go forward unless JC and Stefan have some comments.
All right.
I mean, honestly, I'm psyched that I can play assassins now and not have to rely on getting a million kills to get my feet. So that's, I guess we've been playing this a while internally, and it felt so much better.
Yeah,
And as you say, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say that just like the standardization of like renown is very. It's
Feet
nice.
unlock
I've seen
threshold
a couple
changes, so the amount of renown you need to
players
unlock
talking about that,
feats.
So
with the testing ground, you
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
get
let's not
60
mention that
renown to
it's
unlock your first feat
figures,
instead of
but
58.
It's fine.
You need 130 instead of 155 to unlock the second feat. That's actually okay to me.
As you can see on the
230
right,
instead of
you can
265 to unlock the
get your
third,
one
and then
at
360 to unlock the
155,
fourth feat.
which we get 265,
So it takes a lot longer to
and
unlock the fourth
225.
feat in the testing
These
grounds,
felt
whereas
very
in the
arbitrary,
live
like,
stream,
no one
and where in the
really
live it took way longer to
anymore.
unlock the third.
Why
Yeah,
these
that sounds
values are
fine.
so
I think the
weird?
testing grounds is a fine change.
So
I thought that they
first
were
off,
changing the
we made it
mechanics
more
of the testing
standardized,
ground,
and
but
we also
they're
made
just
it so,
changing renown scores and level of renown needed for
if you
feats.
get your feat tree,
That
you
makes
won't accidentally
sense.
Get your feat 4 at the same time because the gap between feat 4. and
No,
feat
this
3 is
actually
super
makes
small.
sense. I'm fine
So
with
now
this
you get
change.
progression.
I don't know what y'all were so
Forward,
worried about because y'all were
feat
saying,
1, 2,
we're
3,
really
4,
worried that this
progressively
won't be
harder
well
and harder
received.
to get.
Why
And
wouldn't
you
it?
also
It's just
raise the cap,
changing up a few
which
score
you get
numbers. I
feat
think
4
it's
to
fine.
260,
You're doing
so
fine.
that we can more freely add some.
Don't be
renown
so afraid
sources
of
in
this,
the game,
Benjamin.
Without necessarily.
You're talking
making
like you have to
everyone get
explain this in
difficult
some
way too
deep
fast.
philosophical
So,
way. You're not starting a new
that's it for
religion.
that.
You're just making sure that
funny thing
things are
about this
easier
one is
for the
it seems
players.
like actually it's going to be harder to unlock feats, but in reality it turns out not to be because of the way we've redistributed the points. And I mean, especially when you get.
Oh my God! I just realized all of their names are references to biblical people. Josh is short for Joshua, who was mentioned in the book of Joshua. Stefan is the French version of Stephen, who was one of the people stoned in the book of Acts. I think it was Acts 7, when he was stoned to death. JC is Jesus Christ. I know I'm spitballing that one. And Benjamin is named after the tribe of Benjamin, who is mentioned in the book of Genesis. Boom! I am good.
But if a dead ball comes in,
all right, what's this?
it
Zone
takes
capture
0.9
speed changes.
seconds. So
okay, so if one player is in, it's the same 5.5. If two players are in, it's still 5. Wait, what?
No
What?
matter how many players are in the zone, it's always going to take 5 seconds.
So this is the biggest change I see that could be a problem.
Really what
They're
we're
making it
aiming
so
to be
that
doing here is
adding other players to the
capturing
zone will not
like
increase
a
the capture rate.
and to allow more of a counterplay, when you
Okay, that may
guys
be the
kind of
one
walking
change
into
that I
the
think
zone
people are
and
going to
you're
get
just,
pissed
like, a
at.
little far.
I don't mind it. I think it's fine, but I will admit that's actually no. You know what? You know what? I like that. I'll tell you why I like that. Because what happens a lot in Dominion, and it bothers the hell out of me, is people will just gank up in these groups of 4 and run around the map and just cap zones over and over again in an instant, making sure that they always have the advantage. Now there's no advantage to doing that other than to just gank. Now they have to spread out and maintain control of zones because they won't get a speed boost in terms of capturing. I'm fine with that.
You start to do a bunch of different things. So that shouldn't really affect at super high level how this plays, but it also...
Grimlock, okay, it's official. Raven's gone insane. That's my secret, Grimlock. I'm always insane!
To our first point, because we don't need to send 2 or 3 or 4 people there anymore, and it kind of helps with that. And also, what I think what we're hoping to happen is that when you have like 3 or 4 people, if you're trying to go contest...
Okay, so I can see why people would not like this change. I can guarantee I can see why people would not like this change. I could see the application. I would need to try it out in the testing ground to see how I like it, but I think that I see the benefit to it as well. I see the benefit. I could see it as a way to discourage just zone capture ganking, like just groups of 4 running around and taking zones and just never staying in one place, just constantly taking zones over and over and over again. I can see that.
And just lane forever and just rotate between, home and B and all the time. So I think that should be really interesting.
Yeah, and then like when we kind of like made the
other changes, hard point sources and values. Controlling and capturing a zone gives you renown every 0.74 seconds. Now it's 0.9 seconds. Boosted at A and C 1.85 seconds per second, and boosted A and C 1.8. Okay, not much of a change there. And controlling minion lane is 1.35 per second, and with it's 0.9 seconds. Okay.
So these are the points that you need to win.
All right, fair enough. I don't see much of a change there. I think it'll still stay kind of consistent.
When you were controlling a minion lane,
Raven, eat a Snickers. You're not you when you're insane.
But if you're controlling,
guys, I'm just having fun with this because this is all stuff. Here's the thing, really, and I hate to talk over the stream, but it's true. Here's the thing: this is stuff I don't particularly care as much about, and I don't know it as well. Mechanics and finite details about renown points and capturing zones and stuff like that. It's not stuff I'm good at. It's not stuff I understand. This is stuff that people like Marco Yolo and people like them understand better than me. I am much more someone who understands martial arts because I've studied it, historical warriors because I've studied them, combat techniques, weapon design, armor design. These are things I know and understand better. So when they're talking about how a character fights or how a character plays, that stuff I can understand and talk about and give objective positions on. Here, all I can do is just say, okay, that's definitely a change. That's all I can do. So I'm trying to make this somewhat entertaining for you guys.
But this way, we want to try to see, like, what if all 3 points kind of had more of a balance of like, okay, so the minion lane isn't necessarily the end-all be-all place to be for hard points. So we want people.
You think that they should just delete Highlander? No, I like Highlander. I just think he needs a rework, which is why I wanted him in the testing grounds.
That's about it. So as I said, we're going to be going to the testing ground with this. We're going to be looking at the data.
Wait, so that's it? That's all they're doing? The testing ground? No other hero changes? It's just Shinobi and these changes to Dominion?
Keep going at this.
Really? That's it? It's just Shinobi and these changes with Dominion?
And our
Highlander!
The game more balanced. So
Highlander, please. Nusha. Any of those would be good.
They will make Dominion more fun for y'all.
Yeah, and there's a reason why it's 2 weeks too, right? Is that we want to give players a lot of time to be able to play in that.
That's
mode.
insane. Come on, guys. Highlander and Nusha need some love.
My hope, at least, is that everybody is going to be playing testing grounds instead of playing the regular playlists, just because, well, you're playing Dominion anyway, so why not go into testing grounds instead, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's an opportune time to do it. Does anyone have any final thoughts? Because we did go through a lot.
Oh, we're on the final thoughts section. Okay, here's my final thought for you. Why aren't you changing Highlander and Nusha? They're the two who I think need the most help right now. Nusha hasn't changed one iota since she was released, and I want her to have more options. Highlander is just a hyper armor using mother. Okay, the dude needs some work. He needs a change. He needs something, baby. Give my Highlander some love. And Kensei, nerf that boy. I want Kensei nerfed into the ground. Come on, guys.
I spend probably too much time on Reddit looking at like all the feedback I can get there. A bit on Twitter, a bit on the official forums as well. But like anything you say, and don't forget the survey as well. Like we look at everything. But don't think that we don't listen. We're not looking at stuff or whatever. We're like
Mommy. Is that a like Mommy Raven? What the hell? I'm not even talking about Mommy Raven. That's a different thing. That's a different thing entirely.
That's not good for my health, but it's good for the game.
Yeah. like 60% of my job, it requires me to talk to players and gather feedback. So please give me something to do. I would very much appreciate it.
Do you have a Batman thing sitting on your desk over there, Josh? Like, what is that? That looks cool. I want one.
TLDR for those who may not want to watch the whole thing.
Okay, you know what? I should love this. Josh's room looks like a studio. JC and Benjamin are using the For Honor background. Stefan, the team lead game designer, blank background. Nothing, just nothing back there. Like, so these three putting their best into this. JC and Stefan, I just rolled out of bed. I'm here to do this, I guess.
Recommendations, anything you like, don't like, what you want to see changed. The survey as well. Definitely go ahead and check that out. And Warriors, we'll be right back to kind of recap everything, and maybe we'll have like a goodie or two in there. I don't know.
Okay, guys, that took care of all the testing grounds. Honestly, I'm pleased with what they're doing with Shinobi. Dominion changes look interesting. I wish that they were just doing more. Okay, moving on.
How'd you feel about the show today?
Matthew Lemon.
It was amazing. It was really cool to see your testing grounds segment that you hosted.
See, the thing is, when Matthew was growing up, his real last name was Lemons with just one M, but he wanted to be cool. He wanted to be part of the cool kids, so he said, no, I'm adding an extra M.
So it was a great show with a lot of great segments.
Yeah, half the time when the fight team were like talking, I'm just sitting there just like listening because I'm not a dev, so like I don't exactly know like how the process goes, but for them to kind of just go into detail about stuff was super cool.
Yeah, Josh, I'm in agreement. You sat there kind of like, what am I doing here?
Tempest, Storm Tides, about the inspiration for the season and what are some of the art and all this really cool stuff. So, and of course a round of unique executions for
Matthew. Where were you this whole time?
Excited about.
You're the community manager. You need to be involved.
We are launching Tempest next month, and we're also going to be dropping a new roadmap. So Matt, let's go ahead and talk about the roadmap.
Roadmap, yay! Okay, so
yes, September 9th. Tempest.
So today we're getting the new content update. Yeah, I know about that. Wolves at the door. We're going to get a Slayer challenge tomorrow. Tempest launches next week on the 9th with new content, new executions, new everything. I'm loving that. On the 16th, we're getting the Testing Grounds launch. The Messengers of Doom and content update. We're going to get some new content. I'm curious about that. On the 23rd, more content. The ending of Campaign 1 and the start of Campaign 2. And you give me the screen back. And on the 3rd, you jerk.
Is that a slapping emote?
Wait, we've got a paired emote, a slap off?
Paired emote.
What?
Whoa.
Okay, show me. Show me the emote.
Whoa, what are you doing? Oh.
Show me the emote.
All right.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
What the?
I didn't know which way to turn. Sorry.
It's okay. We have strong force powers.
Wait, so they're just slapping each other? That's the emote? That's the emote?
I should mention that.
Show it again. You zoomed in for a little joke, but you didn't show me the emote. What is that? They're just slapping each other?
For those of you who aren't looking to slap your face door,
you need to do better than that.
Fire Owner is available from September 2nd through September 9th. The Slayer Challenge with the so be the faction with the most takedowns performed to take this little competition. Josh, which
that Kyoshin with that mask looks like a wolf about to jump on Raider and eat him.
Samurai. Samurai. Either way.
Yes!
Also have the
yes! October 7th, we're getting the Wrath of the Jormungandr back. My brother's gonna lose his mind. He loves this event.
It's a great event. We're excited.
Oh my gosh! Yes, thank you. We're getting that back.
The
yes.
Dominion series, Clarissa came on and told us a bit about it earlier. You can still register at battlefy.com/Dominion series for the stage 3 portion and get in there and back up all that stuff you're saying in Twitch chat about how good you are. We'd love to see you register. You won't. No, you have to. So register and you can still play that. Josh, what a long, strange trip it's been.
What a
It has been a long train ship. It's almost been a whole hour and a half, dude.
This has been, but we're all very excited here for Tempest. We're super excited for everyone to kind of try out these Dominion changes over on the testing grounds when that goes live. But yeah, Tempest drops on September 9th, folks. Get your
Wait,
ponchos,
Matthew,
get your
did you just
umbrellas,
grab an
get your,
umbrella? Put that away. That's bad luck. Don't open that. Don't open that indoors.
I don't know. What
See, even the umbrella's trying to get out of the shot. He knows what you're doing. Now bad luck. You got bad luck now. You're going to get lightning struck right now. That's what's going to happen, dude.
Warriors Den, everybody. This was a great show. If you were watching on Twitch, be sure to follow us on Twitch if you're not already, so you can catch all of our awesome Warriors Den episodes. If you're on YouTube, hello, hi. Come over, join us on Twitch. And, basically, so you can catch all the stuff that I just said previously.
Matthew, you know none of us can see the umbrella, so the joke's kind of failing, and you're giving yourself bad luck. That is a double fail for a double T in Matthew and a double M in Lemons, you community manager.
Get your umbrella out.
Lemon!
Later.
Okay, guys, that's going to about wrap things up here. I got a couple things to take care of, so let's talk briefly about what we just saw. That was quite the stream, wasn't it? That was quite the stream. So, what to take from it? There's a lot to take from this. I'm really excited about what they've done. This new season, from a cosmetics and thematic standpoint, looks fantastic. It looks really, really good. It looks really, really fun. I'm really going to be excited for what they do. I'm excited that the Ragnarok event is coming back. This feels very cool. It feels very Viking-oriented. The new weapons for the Battle Pass look great. I know that some of y'all were asking, are we getting new armor? They might give us new armor halfway through the season like they did last season. So that's what I'm hoping. I like what they're doing in the testing grounds with Raider and Orochi. That's going to be very cool. I'm glad that Shinobi's still getting some love. I'm glad that they're working on Shinobi. I wish that they were adding more heroes. I want to see some changes to Highlander. I want to see some changes to Nusha. And I want to see some nerfs to Kensei. Those are the three big ones that I really want right now. I'm interested in the Dominion changes, but it's not really my cup of tea. It's not really something that I'm very familiar with. I am so happy that they're bringing back new executions. And guys, watching them, I loved every minute of it. All those executions looked phenomenal. And maybe it's just because I haven't seen a unique execution in so long, but they looked so good. And don't worry, guys. Once they go live next week, I will sit down. I may even do it live. I may do a live stream of it, but I will grade every single new execution. Ever since I started making official content for Honor and official content for my channel, I've wanted to grade a new set of executions. In fact, if you remember, back when Season Tyranny came out, it was my first chance to grade unique execution, so I went on with that expectation, only to see universal executions being released, and I was so disappointed because I wanted so bad to talk about unique executions and actually grade them as they came out. Now I'm actually going to get that chance, and I'm almost in tears. I am so happy to be able to do this. I can actually look at new executions, grade them from a realistic level, a lethality level. And you know, something that I want to point out while I'm here, let me point this out really fast. So a lot of people like to tell me, I get this in every single comment section on my videos, stop judging it based on how lethal it is because it's just an execution. It's extra flair. Before that, they had to get the crap beaten out of them, which led up to the execution. So they're going to die anyway. This is just extra padding. And my response to that is this. Number one, I don't care what happened to them prior to the execution. That doesn't matter to me. What matters is the execution lethal? Because you know what it's called if you don't execute them? It's called a takedown. And you want to know what you can do to a warrior who gets a takedown? You can revive them. You can heal them and pick them back up. They're not dead. With an execution, there is no revive. An execution is a kill. It is a murder. It is death. You have to respawn. You do not get picked up. So I look at the execution and say, is this a move that would actually kill? So I take that very seriously. So don't sit there and go, dude, everything leading up to it would have killed them. No, I don't give a crap. Second point, I think that when you're looking at a character and whether or not they would die, you need to look at everything from, the warrior's ability to fight back, their training, their understanding of combat and the human body. Like, for example, when I look at a death and I say, I don't think that the head could come off that easily, I'm looking at the fact that the head is not built on Scotch tape, okay? The head is built on muscles, tendons, and a vertebra, a neck. There is a neck. There is thick meat beneath your head. It is not easy to cut off with just a simple flick of the wrist, okay? There is a lot that goes into judging an execution. When I was watching that string of executions go by, again, it was really quick. I didn't get the chance to really study them, and I will study them, but based on what I saw, they all looked phenomenal. I really do hope this is the comeback of unique executions. I hope they keep these coming, and if not, let's say that in the season after this one, they go to a few universal ones. Okay, sure, whatever. But at least it shows that they're bringing those back. I am so excited. Okay. So now that I've gone off on that, the new season looks phenomenal. I like the contrast between the draft. The one thing that's kind of questioning to me is they said that the Vikings prayed to their gods and the gods provided a storm. And in the trailer for the new season, they were saying, like, do not get the gods' help through your prayers, seek it through your actions. Show them you deserve the rain. I find it interesting that the Viking gods are always the one who answer. Like, we haven't seen... I mean, okay, I still say the knights are Christian, but we haven't seen the Greek gods or the Roman gods involved. We haven't seen the Japanese deities involved. We haven't seen Wulin deities involved. We've only seen the Viking gods, literally... Jormungandr, the serpent, show up, and now we're seeing the gods provide rain. So it does seem like the Norse gods are the canon gods in this world, which doesn't bother me. I just think it's interesting that they went that direction. And I also think it's very interesting that the Kyoshi go out to try to restore balance, and instead of restoring balance, you've just got the reverse. We went from an extreme drought to an extreme flood. I want to see an ark, okay? Get me a big old ark, guys. Let's get the ark together. Build me an ark because it's going to rain for 40 days and 40 nights. Call Noah. Read the book of Genesis. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this up because I've been at this for almost 2 hours and I've still got a lot of stuff to take care of today. All right, so, I was asked a question. Hey, Raven, do you think we'll get unique armor from Jaguar Warrior? Yes, I do. I do think we'll get unique armor, but I think it'll come out midway through the season. Because they've been doing that lately. They've been releasing unique armor midway through. The only non-Viking god that has had some presence is Horkos. Fair, but they never actually showed Horkos himself. They just claimed that Astria heard from Horkos. And you could argue that Horkos was just Loki in disguise. You know, there are ways that they could dismiss that. All right. So... with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my first live reaction to a stream. This was very cool. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank you to those of you who donated. Thank you to those of you who stayed with me this long. Y'all were awesome. I really can't wait for the new season to come out next week. And tomorrow, of course, is Friday, so I'm going to be doing a For Honor Friday. Should be fun. Just, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being part of this. This has been a lot of fun. All right, guys, well... with all that said, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the Teespring store for merch. That really helps me out and helps support the channel. Join the Discord if you haven't already. I will drop a link to the Discord in the description once I log off. And I will see you in my next video. Take care.